Welcome to the deep dive. We've got quite a collection of sources today. It's this blend of, practical wisdom, some really deep thinking on power and who we are, plus maxims from Emerson, Ansari, others. And our mission really is to cut through all that information. We're looking for the core insight, the thing that actually helps us grow. And it seems to be this. Achieving, let's call it personal wholeness, means having the courage, the guts, really, to face discomfort, whether that's tough conversations or facing our own kind of fixed ideas about ourselves.
That's spot on. We want to get you past just knowing stuff and into, well, understanding that you can act on. And looking at these sources, it's like they all point towards three specific acts of courage. They're connected but distinct. So we've sort of structured this dive around them. First, the courage for difficult conversations. Then reclaiming the parts of yourself you've maybe lost. And finally, the courage to be truly present and just act.
Okay, let's unpack this. And yeah, we're jumping right in. Starting with why avoiding the hard stuff, thinking it's kind, is actually, well, it's not kind at all. It's corrosive.
Right.
We kick off with Tony Dungy. He reflects on needing to rebuke someone but also forgive. And he admits pretty honestly that he tends to lean towards being indirect, hoping things just sort themselves out.
Yeah, that feeling of, dodged that awkward chat.
Yeah.
That it feels like relief, but it's totally false comfort.
Right. Like,
Because the sources are really clear here. Avoidance lets problems fester. That's the word used. And it can do irreparable harm.
irreparable harm. Wow.
Yeah. So when we stay quiet, we're basically letting bad stuff take root. It's separating people from their purpose, messes up relationships. The silence actually makes the problem permanent.
And the sources back this up with, well, a pretty intense directive. Luke 17:3-4. If someone messes up, you rebuke them. If they repent, you forgive. Even if it happens like 7 times in one day.
To 7 times. That's a huge demand for constant engagement. You have to engage, forgive, engage, forgive.
It sounds exhausting, honestly.
It really does. You have to ask, where's the break? Is there an off-ramp from just constant confrontation?
And it seems the answer isn't avoidance. The off-ramp is being flexible in how you approach it.
Yeah.
Dungy says he prefers encouragement, right? Helping people hit their targets instead of pointing out every miss.
Right. But the goal, no matter the tactic, has to be restoration. That's the key word.
Restoration,
Yeah.
not punishment.
Exactly. Helping people get back on track, find the right goal again. But, and this is crucial, restoration sometimes needs that sharp clarity, like a quick, clean cut.
Like ripping off a Band-Aid.
Sort of, yeah. Other times, it needs encouragement, patience, more like, gently setting a bone. You need both tools.
Which makes sense of that African proverb in the sources. All cannot hang from the same branch. You can't use the same approach for everyone or every situation.
No, you definitely can't. If you only encourage, you become kind of ineffective eventually. People might walk all over you.
And if you only rebuke, you just push people away. You become unapproachable.
Precisely. And often, because we're scared of picking the wrong tool or scared of the fallout, we just freeze. We do nothing.
Which is why that pragmatic question is so important. What's the worst that can happen?
Yes, asking that really helps break the spell. You imagine disaster, but realistically.
Realistically, it's usually just temporary awkwardness, maybe some discomfort. But the alternative, that silence, that causes the real lasting damage. We have to choose the useful friction, the clarity, over the destructive kind.
What's fascinating here is how that need for external courage, for confrontation, links directly to our own internal stuff, our rigidity.
Ah, okay. So once you start having those tough talks outside,
You realize you have to confront the limitations inside, the narrow ways you see yourself.
that takes us right to Robert Greene. He uses gender rigidity as an example, but it's really about any limiting role we lock ourselves into, right?
Exactly. It's a proxy. Like maybe you're the super analytical person, so you shut down your intuition, or you're the gentle soul, so you bury any fierceness even when you need it.
And we burn so much energy keeping up that act, performing the role everyone expects.
A huge amount of energy. We think consistency is strength, but performing a role that isn't fully you is just draining. You're constantly pushing down parts of yourself.
So the tough CEO loses touch with empathy. The mediator can't draw a line.
And Green says the real power isn't in that rigid consistency. It's in letting go, exploring the middle reins.
The middle range, what does that look like in practice?
The source says, return to the harder or softer sides of your character that you have lost or repressed. It's about consciously trying on those other parts.
So if you're usually analytical, try leaning into intuition on purpose.
Yes. Or if you tend to hang back, practice speaking up first, challenging an idea directly. If you always defend, try attacking your own assumptions, maybe.
It's about deliberately blending those suppressed parts. Less logic, more empathy sometimes. Or less deference, more assertion. Switching it up.
Exactly. Because the real win isn't being predictable. It's having an authentic response based on the situation, drawing from your whole self, not just the approved script.
Which loops back to Emerson, doesn't it? That famous line.
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. That's it. That's the work.
And part of being yourself, it seems, is also making peace with where you came from. Not letting the past hold you back.
Right. You can't do this work if you're stuck in resentment. The Source has that line. Never complain about the things your parents could not give you. It was probably all they had.
Oof.
Eh.
That's quite a reframe.
It is, but it frees you up, you know? It stops you blaming the past and lets you focus that energy on building who you want to be now.
And it is building. Like
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari says, you got to steal as much wisdom from other people as you can. It's an active process. You don't just become whole by accident.
No, definitely not. It takes deliberate effort.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. So we need the courage to confront externally and the purpose to become whole internally. Now we need the action piece, the movement.
Yes, the practice of presence and actually doing something. And this hits on a big danger: inaction that pretends to be planning or preparation.
Ah, like Bill Copeland's point.
Yeah.
The trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score. You need direction.
You do. But there's a flip side the Source is warned about, too. Being so fixated on some perfect future goal.
That you miss the chance to act now. Like waiting for the perfect moment for that difficult chat, which, spoiler alert, never comes.
Exactly. So we get this really stark choice every single day: a lifetime or dead time.
Alive time or dead time? Explain that.
A lifetime is when you're actively engaged, learning, doing, integrating, growing. Dead time is, well, it's waiting, avoiding, scrolling, procrastinating, just killing time.
And the call is to choose a lifetime, to play in the present moment.
And the way out of that paralysis, the overthinking, the waiting for perfection, it's incredibly simple, almost annoyingly so.
Let me guess. Just start.
Just start. The best way to get something done is to begin. Forget the perfect plan, forget feeling ready. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time.
I love the motto here. What's better than nothing? Anything. Just do something.
Anything. That momentum is key because it helps you avoid another trap: the false proxy.
The false proxy. What's that?
It's when you measure something easy, something tangible, but it doesn't actually get you closer to what you really want. You get busy, but not effective.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, professionally, maybe your real goal is deep client trust. Measuring the number of coffees you have the proxy isn't the same as actually assessing the quality of those relationships.
Right. Or tracking hours worked doesn't mean you actually produced anything valuable.
Exactly. Or personally, counting steps is fine. But if it's not leading to feeling better, stronger, more resilient, if it's not actually building your character in some way, it's just a number. It's a proxy.
You're busy, but you're busy chasing the wrong thing, wasting that alive time.
You got it. Which brings us back to where our focus should be. The quality of what we're doing right now. Remember that quote. Verses on tombstones are but idly spent.
The living character is the monument. Who you are becoming now, that's the legacy.
That's it. The monument is built in the present moment through present action.
So let's try and wrap this up. We've gone through a lot of different ideas, but there's a clear path, isn't there? This idea of wholeness. It comes from choosing the productive kind of discomfort.
Yeah, choosing growth, choosing the friction that helps over the friction that corrodes, like avoidance and just staying stuck in your ways.
It means finding the courage to speak up, even when it's easier not to.
And the courage to be your real self, even when the world wants you to fit neatly in a box. And that effort, that courage, it needs fuel.
Which brings us back to Emerson again. Enthusiasm is the mother of effort.
And without it, nothing great was ever achieved. And you can't fake that enthusiasm. It comes from being real, being present.
Which is a continuous process, right? Not a destination, like Bruce Lee said.
Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning, always needing to show up.
Whether it's for a relationship issue, facing a part of yourself you've ignored, or just not hitting snooze again.
Showing up for the discomfort.
So the invitation from all this wisdom feels, well, it feels pretty direct and uncomfortable. Stop performing. Stop avoiding. Start now. And given that finding your power means playing against expectations, exploring your full range, the hard and the soft sides, here's the challenge for you. What's one difficult conversation or one side of yourself you've kept hidden that you're ready to bring out in the next 24 hours? How will you choose a live time and start building that living monument right now?